Hey guys, Captain Jamie Grady with Bent Rod Guide Service, and today we are working on making the chicken rigs, and we're gonna put these squids on. So let's go over some of the basic components. I'm using 80-pound line. You can use lighter, depends on what you're targeting. You know, for black sea bass, 50 to 80 is gonna be fine. I'm gonna have a number 3 swivel to the main line. Then I'm gonna have a bead that protects the rod guy that goes on the main line. I've got some of these blue water candy and some Boone 4.5 inch squids. And for the hooks today, we're using 6/0. As far as hook weights go, I've got 6, 8, 10, and 12, depending on the current. So this is what we're gonna make right here. So this is 1 1/4 lengths of mono, but as you can see, I got a dropper for my weight, and I've got 1, 2 droppers for my hooks. And like I said, we'll put a bead on the main line, the braid or whatever, and then it's going to be a buffer between the swivel and your rod eye. Okay, so I went ahead and took out 1 1/2 arm lengths of this line, because you're going to lose some when you start knotting it and everything like that. So it goes 1 arm length and then a half back into my chest. So as far as the swivel that goes to the main line, I want to take this and bend it over. I want to kind of crimp it a little bit, place it through the eye, double it over, a little overhand knot, run it back through. Then I'm going to run the swivel back through that loop, and then I'm going to just cinch it down. I'll trim off that excess. Then I'm going to come down roughly 18 inches to 24 inches, and I'm going to start make a loop. And then I'm going to start twisting it like this until I've got about 6 or 7 loops on either side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the bottom of this and I'm going to pull it back up through. I'm going to moisten that just to prevent the friction. We're just going to tighten that knot down like that. I'm going to go down a little bit further, do the same thing. All right, I've got my twist, put my line back through. And I'm not biting the line, I'm just holding it. There we go. And then on the bottom, this is where our weight will go. All I'm going to do is take this and double it over and do a little once, twice, back through itself. We'll cinch that down, and I'm going to give it plenty of length, that way if I'm going over a larger weight, and that way my knot won't get caught up in the hole of the weight. But they've got pretty big holes in them. And again, I'm just going to trim this up. All right, so this was 1 1/2 arm lengths, and so now you can see it's basically 1 whole arm length. All right, so here's the bottom for my weight. This will be my bottom dropper, my top dropper, and that's going to my main line. So I've got glow squid, pink, and these squid. These are pink and orange. I haven't used any of these, so we're going to start off with one of these. I think I'm going to make this a double rig with this one. See, as you see, sometimes I mix it up. I got a glow and a pink. On this one, I'm probably just going to do a double pink, if they cooperate. There we go. Now, as you can see, the end is solid, so I'm going to take my little scissors right here. snip a little bit of that off. Do the same thing for this one. Now these don't glow, but I'm going to use 2 beads this time. I'm going to use a pink bead in front of it. And I'm going to use a pink yellow bead inside of the head. So I'm just going to split the tails here. I'll slide that down in through there. Now underwater this will glow, and I'll include a picture of these, how these glow. All these beads are luminous. Alright, so I'm going to run the line through the bead and the squid head simultaneously. Now hopefully I've got enough. Yeah, there we go. I'll take my hook. I'm just going to pinch that down a little bit. And I'm going to go up through the bottom. And you could use a different size hook. I'm just using these 6 because that's what I had. So if you've got 4s or 5s, that would work as well. You don't need to go too big. These are heavy duty owner hooks. All right, so I'm up through it. I'm gonna go back over around it and then just cinch that down like that. And then what we'll do is we'll just pull the squid right over top of that. And so that's gonna be a visual attractant, and that's just gonna sit there and flow in the current. Now, we'll tip that with a piece of little small squid just to give it some scent. And when they hit that, they're gonna love it. All right, so this time, just for variety, I guess, I'll use one of these teal color beads. I'll go on first. Then I'll take my squid and I'll put another glow yellow in there. I think that will contrast better with the pink. So I'm wearing my Take a Warrior fishing jersey. I'm doing a bass event up in Jordan Lake in April. I'll be taking a warrior out on my boat. I'm not really a bass fisherman. I have bass fished in the past, but I'm willing to go and support a good cause, take a warrior out on my boat. And I'm going to go up a few days before and do some pre-fishing. And trying to watch some YouTube videos and see who's got some techniques dialed in for bass fishing. So if you guys have any good information for me, let me know. But it'll be mid-April at Jordan Lake. So if you're with the Take a Warrior fishing event, I look forward to seeing you up there. All right, so I went through the eye, and I'm going to take the hook. I'm just going to go right back through that loop we have there. And then I'm going to come around the shaft, set it down like that, and then I'll take that squid, push it down. So now that's what it's going to look like in the water. And just to finish it off, again, you can go with any size weight depending on how far you're fishing and depth and current and everything like that through there around the end. And like I said on one of my previous videos, you'll put that on once you get up to where you're fishing at. You don't want that slamming up against your rod, breaking your enamel, or just wearing on it while you're bouncing out in the ocean. So here's what you got. That is a sea bass chicken rig right there. So that's how it goes, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want to book a charter with me, let me know. I know a lot of good guys in the area that would be willing to take you out. My brother, Mr. Buck Nasty, he does some fishing as well, a lot of fishing. He taught me a lot of the things I know. So anyway, questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share with a friend. And please let me know how you do your things. I look forward to finding out from you. And our final stage on that, build snack bags. because instead of sitting out on the water and making these while you're fishing, you're just gonna take this, you're gonna wrap it around your hand. Now while you're out on the water, if somebody breaks off on the artificial reef or whatever, a shark bites off, you've got some of these pre-made in your tackle box. And it might slightly tangle, but it's not gonna be horrible. And you're not sitting out there underwater tying these up. So I like to have several of these made up. Sometimes the fish want the glow, sometimes they want the pink, and like I said, I will do some of these combos like this. All right, guys, appreciate it. Thanks, have a great day.